Hello YouTube, this is Mia Vibes. Today I'm going to do a flip through of my big blue junk journal. In this video, I'm going to show you the very first signature only because I didn't want the video to be super long. First, I would like to just explain how I made this journal and just give you an overall idea about my junk journal. So I have 5 signatures in this big blue junk journal. This cover was actually a pancake mix box. I wrapped it up with some Japanese wrapping paper, and I don't have a lot of decorations going on, but in the front I have a little fox sticker from London Gifties. And this journal is not being used anymore because I have a new one and it's completely full and it's very chunky right now. But once in a while I definitely come to this journal so that I can get some inspiration, even though I'm not using it anymore. I have just simple 3-hole binding for each signature I have, and I just use random strings. At the moment, I don't have any tutorials or videos to show you how I bind my signatures to the spine of my junk journal covers. But in the future, I will definitely try to share that with you guys as well. And still in this video though, I hope that I can answer some of the questions that you guys have for me about junk journaling. And if I'm not being super clear, or if you have any more questions, definitely leave a comment down below. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Now let's begin with our very first page. So I got this little deer image from a children's book. If you know me, I really like collecting children's books, like children's encyclopedia or dictionary. So I got it from one of those books that I got from a thrift store. As you can see, I didn't do any writing or decorations on this page just because the illustration itself was pretty, so I didn't think that I wanted to write or do anything on the page. But when you flip this page, there is like a super broken brown back piece that's just glued onto that book page. I have 2 different kinds of brown paper showing on this spread right now. So it looks like I got this envelope from Happy Mail, but probably I used the rest of the part for something else. But right now I just have a little letter tucked into this spot. And on this brown page I just have some Harry Potter related ephemera and the little bird I got in a Happy Mail. When I made this journal, I made it because I wanted to store some of the goodies that I got in the Happy Mail from my pen friends. So you'll see a lot of those little pieces throughout my junk journal actually. On the next pages, you see a lot of handwriting on the left page and on the right side. This beautiful piece of scrapbook paper was added in with some washi tape, and I wrote some notes on a note card and paper scrap, and I put those on the page as well. When we flip it, there is a to-do list on the left page on the bottom. I wanted to use this junk journal as some kind of like planner when I first made it. Not a planner, but I wanted to do some like planning activities and stuff like that for my productivity as well, rather than just using it as a scrapbook. So I did some to-do lists in this notebook, in this journal a couple of times. The page on the right side is actually an envelope that I just bound with the rest of the pages when I made the junk journal. So I'm just keeping a little like old ephemera in there. I didn't even open it. I didn't want to open it, so I didn't know what to do, but it was just precious, so I decided to keep it in the envelope. There is some blue theme going on this page. I used a little ephemera piece from Tuesday morning and I stapled it on there. and I use a Dymo label maker to make that good luck words. And this is just a little flap that I made, just a little hiding spot, I guess. And on the right page there is a vellum envelope that I got in a Happy Mail, and inside the envelope I have some random note cards, like blank ones, for no reason, just because I like that I could see through the envelope, the flowers and the patterns and stuff. And under the envelope there is another like a little flap, and I did some writing and collaging there, and it looks like I made the writing spot on the busy book page using a piece of coffee or tea dyed paper there, so I can, you know, write on it. I do that a lot throughout my journals. Whenever I need a writing spot, I just put like a random blank, you know, piece of paper on there so that I can write on them. On these pages I used a lot of London Gifties goodies, because at that time I was one of her like a supporter, like a members, so she sent me a bunch of stuff. That's why I used them a lot at that time. The little tab that you are looking at right now is actually one of those ephemera that you can get from the craft store. I like doing this a lot. I just simply fold them in half, and I just use the liquid glue so it can dry really hard and strong, or I just simply staple it to the pages. That way I can just have, you know, little really easy tabs that's showing even when I close the journals as well. It looks like our next pages are kind of busy. As you can see, I have the London Gifties business card, and I made a little flap using a postcard and washi tapes, and under the flap there is another writing spot that I just simply made with the note card that I bought from AliExpress. And on the right side there is a small page. It's a tea dyed paper, and I decorated simply with some ephemera and stamping, and I did a lot of writing there. And on the right side you're looking at my favorite thing, my other favorite thing. I have a lot of favorite things, but this one is a little curtain. I just call it a curtain. So it's simply vellum paper, but I just attach it in a way that I can see through some of the contents, you know. So you can definitely make like a hiding spot so that nobody can really like look at it or anything like that. But even if it kind of, you know, shows through, I think that it's still very nice. And I simply decorated that little curtain with some washi tapes, and I did a lot of collaging on this page with old book pages and stuff like that. And the extra page was like an old concert program booklet, but I didn't really like it because it was so boring. That's why I just put a bunch of ephemera to make the page kind of more interesting. On the next page I have the other part of that vellum curtain. I used the liquid glue that dries clear to attach the vellum piece on the very top of my page, and I used some fabric tapes and also the sticker to decorate the vellum curtain. And on this page, again, this was a very boring like a page, so I used a whole like a huge piece of book page with some nature images to decorate it, and then did a lot of collaging there as well. On the right page I did some writing, and I made the writing spot using a note card, and I did some stamping there, and I made a little flap using a piece of map, and I used a washi tape to attach it. And I have a little fabric tape just like the other one in a different pattern right there to make a little tab. This plastic bag that has the vintage photo slide was actually from my husband's Yu-Gi-Oh card protector. I really like that bag, and I used it for something once, but I wanted to just keep it here instead of throwing it away. So I just attached it with some washi tape, and it's actually perfect for that little photo slide. And when you flip it, on the right page there's nothing much going on. It was just a page that was edited using washi tape. And on the left side I have a little sticker that says Paris, and it shows the Eiffel Tower picture. And I of course use this famous classic note card to write some more quote. And I'm just showing this image because that was kind of interesting. And I just had only like one of this page from a huge paper lot that I bought from eBay. Our next pages are even busier here actually. On the left side, I did some simple collaging using some ephemera, and I wrote a whole bunch there. And on the right side, the little pages that you're looking at right now is the centerpiece for the signature. And as my journal got super chunky, this kind of became like a wobbly, so I had to enhance the spine or the binding using some washi tapes. And actually I try to do some kind of cute, like a kawaii style journaling, so I used a whole bunch of stickers that I got from AliExpress, and I used a lot of washi tapes there as well. And in the center page I just did a lot of writing, and there's another to-do list right there, and it looks like I was having a lot of fun doing a lot of collaging right there. And this small page was added in. It was a piece of scrap, I guess paper scrap from a Happy Mail, but because it was so blank I decided to put some watercolor to make the background. And then I even put the little tab, which I love so much, and I like this twine a lot, so I like to have this kind of like twine or little string sticking out of my junk journals like every time I can. So I'm just showing you that I have the same thing on the new journal as well. As you can see, the junk journal is very chunky. And here I have another little vellum curtain, and I wrote a whole bunch below there, and I put random ephemera, seriously random things, just onto the page. Sometimes I just glue all of the little leftover ephemeras from other creative projects to my journal spread. That way I can make my junk journal extra junky, and also I think it's nice for memory keeping as well. The next pages are kind of simple, I think. I have this small note card on the bottom of the page, but I attached the green piece of paper there so that I can write on multiple surfaces of the papers, because that's one of the things that I enjoy so much in junk journals. And on the right side I attached this envelope, and I wrote on the envelope as well. But then again, this page was that boring, like a vintage music program paper, so I decided to cover it up completely with a nice piece of book page that has a bunch of flowers. In this envelope that I attached, I am storing some ephemera that I got in the Happy Mail. I have this awesome friend who sent me all this, and these pictures that you're looking at right now, they are from my Tumblr ages. Maybe I posted them on Instagram as well, but anyway, she found the pictures and she printed them on the photo paper and she sent them to me. And I was thinking about using it for something else, but they were just so precious, so I decided to just keep them in there safely, and I sometimes, you know, look at them as well. On the next page, I made a little tuck spot using a piece of ephemera that I got from the craft store, and I am just keeping a blank postcard I got from a pen friend. I just put it in there. I thought that I was gonna write on it, but I never wrote on it, so it's just there. And on the right side, I made another little page using a postcard, and I used a washi tape to attach the postcard, and I wrote a lot and I added little ephemera because I think that there was some kind of like a logo or company name or something like that, or somebody else's address there, because it was like a used vintage card. So I just put the ephemera there, and I just kept it there because the image is so nice. On the right page, I journaled about ikigai. If you're not familiar, ikigai means something like purpose of your life. So what you're supposed to do in your life, or what you want to do, or something like that. So I was reading a lot of books and stuff at the time, so I journaled about that on there. And the next page, I have a lot of writing again, and I have some washi tape that I don't have anymore because I used it all up. And throughout the journal, I have a lot of like washi tapes and some supplies that I don't have anymore. So when I look at them, it just brings back a lot of like memories and stuff like that. So it's just really nice to look at all the stuff that I don't have anymore, but I used to have. On the right page, I have this small envelope attached to the page. These are some little cute cards and thank you card and stuff from cute things from Japan. It was just in the mail, so I just decided to keep it there. And on this page it says everything is temporary, because when I made this journal, or when I was journaling on this journal a lot, I was just confused and I wasn't really enjoying my job that I had at that time. So actually, if you really read the journal, it's a lot of like negative stories also. But I was just telling myself everything is temporary, you're gonna be fine, and that's what I was doing a lot at that time. And the next spreads are simple. I just did some simple collaging using some old vintage like a book scraps, and I put the stems on there as well. And that pink piece is as you know, it's like a paint swatch from Home Depot, but I decided to write the stoicism quote on there, but of course it smudges, and it's okay because it's my journal and I have a lot of smudges throughout the journal, but it's okay, again, it's my journal, right? One thing I would like to mention about this page here is that when I glue down a piece of paper or any ephemera, and if I can make that piece stick out from the page, I will glue it down that way. So as you can see, that aged book page scrap right there is sticking out, so it's creating a little tab there, although it's not a tab and it's not bigger than the actual journal or anything like that. But I just like seeing my junk journal like this. That way when I just flip through it, there's just more interest, and there's different colors, different pages, and different papers. So that's what I like to do a lot in my junk journal. I just wanted to share that with you guys. On the right side, I wrote a lot, and actually it's an envelope. It's the other side of the envelope that I was showing you earlier. I'm not really keeping anything super important in there, but I am keeping the beautiful little ephemera thing from London Gifties in there. Even though I cannot really see anything through the window, I just still wanted to keep it there. And I used some London Gifties stickers to decorate the page as well. And this envelope was just meaningful because we used to live in Belleville, Texas, so I decided to just keep the envelope that says Belleville, Texas. And on the right side, you're seeing small, like a bird flap that I attached it with some washi tape on that brown paper page. And I wrote a lot again, and there is a whole like a wax seal thing going on right there. I got it in the Happy Mail, as you can assume, and I decided to take the whole thing, including even the twines. So I just glued it down just completely right there. And on the bottom there is a little like a Denizen label, like a very vintage gummed label that was already very damaged when I bought it, but I just like the look of it. Even though this is all like messed up and everything, I just kept it there so that, you know, I can have little like a red accent right there. And on this page As you can see, there's just not much writing, but it is also a lot of writing. I was just sitting in my couch watching some movies, and me and my husband, we were talking about which movie character killed the most people or saved the most people, or who did the most martial arts and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, I just wrote it down for fun, so that's what I have right there. And I think later on in this journal I did that onto couple more other pages, but I use my junk journal sometimes. I don't think it has to be completely decorated, so yeah. And in this little pink envelope I have a business card from Meraki Traveler's Notebook. They sent me a traveler's notebook for free a long time ago, and I just thought that I would keep their business card right there, and I didn't really write anything on that envelope. And this is, I guess, the last page of the first signature of my blue junk journal. As you can see, I have some journaling card there to journal a little bit, but I didn't really decorate so much on the very last little page. So this concludes the flip through of my first signature in my big blue junk journal. I hope you guys liked it, and let me know if you want to see the second signatures flip through as well. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!